What's up, y'all? Welcome to Hippoppington with Kim, and the crew. And today we have a very special guest, a legend in the city that I have adopted as my new home. We have Backbone from the Dungeon family. Woo!
Greetings.
So, as you can see, we have merch.
Mm-hmm.
Mine is an exclusive. It is so cute. Can you see it? And tell us, because I heard in an interview, you tell what the meaning behind 5 Deuce 4 Trey is more than what we think it is.
Yes, it definitely has some definition, but I didn't come to find out the true definition of 5 Deuce 4 Trey until later in my life.
Right.
Like when I first wrote the song, it was just strictly, I'm bucking, like
right.
I'm bucking, you know what I mean? Like when we shoot dice, you come out with 7-11. I'm saying 5 Deuce, you come out with 7, you win.
Right.
You know what I mean? Or you could crap out. So it was about life. But later in life, I found out that the number 7 represented spiritual completeness.
Yes.
So that's when it took force, and you know what I mean? It lives forever, you know what I mean? Because
right.
that song is like 15, 16 years old, but the apparel, the legacy, the brand behind it is still selling, you know what I mean?
Right.
So,
the legacy, the Dungeon family, the culture itself and what it means to Atlanta, it
to
like
the world.
To the world. But just when you come here, and that's why I thought it was important to have you be one of our first guests, because I wanted to make somebody from Atlanta be a guest, because Atlanta is so influential in the culture.
Right.
And the Dungeon family is so influential in the culture. And now Atlanta is at the forefront of hip hop, whereas back then, everybody remembers the Atlanta's got something to say, right? That was like the South got something to say. Like that was like, a turning point for Atlanta. So now Atlanta is in the forefront. So how does that make everybody feel? Like everybody in your area feel?
Well, obviously, you always want to root for the home team. We're probably the only thing in this city that ain't let the city down. You know what I'm saying? The Braves, Falcons,
we just
Hawks.
were talking about that.
I'm just saying, but
the music is still lit.
Yeah, we held it down for this town. You know what I mean? And none of us expected it to go as far as it did, because we was just doing it for love.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like we didn't really think that it was going to expand and go globally, and we one of the top 3 hip hop families in music, period.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely. For those of you who don't know, for me to put it into a little bit of perspective, for people from the East Coast like me, if we were at home, I would say the Dungeon family would be Wu-Tang Clan.
Comparable.
Right? And that everyone has their own individual projects. And underneath, now I see, for example, Currency remade your song.
Right.
Did he come to you for permission, or did you
kind of like? Didn't. It's cool because it was on a mixtape, you know what I mean. But I respect Currency, you know what I mean, because a lot of people. What was so funny about it? A lot of people were tagging him when they saw my shirts, and they was like, "Oh, you stole this stuff."
No.
I was like, "Look, dude, you need to do your hip hop history." You know what I mean? But shout out Currency, man. Look, he always do a Dungeon family song over on one of his mixtapes.
Right.
And I was just happy that he chose 5 Deuce 4 Trey, so it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's a really, really, really good song. So who now do you listen to, or who in this new generation of Atlanta hip hop are you following, or do you see that's gonna have some or any longevity? Because there's just so many, and it just seems like every year there's a hot song that comes out, and then like the next year is somebody new. The longevity is what's missing. So
right.
Do you see that in anybody now?
To be perfectly honest, I don't even know half of these cats' names.
Me neither.
I promise. I'm sorry.
Well, we don't have to, though. We don't have to. And that's why I do this, because it's like, I use this analogy all the time. And I say, when Wu-Tang Clan came out, nobody told my parents, hey, you got to listen to that now. Like, we have enough, right, in your catalog alone, that we don't ever have to turn on any of this new stuff and be like, okay, I need to find this out. Because when I moved back to Atlanta, honestly, I rediscovered the Dungeon family. And I'm still hearing songs that I don't know if they slipped me or if I just was like, I need to rediscover this. Because the vibe, the love, all of that comes shining through all of these songs. I mean, you just get lost in it. It's rich.
It was a special connection. That family was put together by the universe because I knew CeeLo Green when he was 8. We used to hang out in Greenbrier Mall. I knew Cujo and Gibson T and them when we was in high school, but none of us even knew anything about us rhyming.
Wow.
You know what I mean? We were just friends.
Right.
We were solidifying friendships. And then later in life, we took on the job of being, artists, and we connected from there. But as far as Atlanta and going back to who, will have longevity, you can't really consider 2 Chainz because he came in that class with us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But he is relevant right now. And definitely he's making it happen. Future, you know what I mean? That's Rico Wade's cousin. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, they got staying power. But they came through that same vein we came from. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't really know much about this new hip hop. No lie. Because in my car, you might hear me playing Bill Withers or something.
I hear you playing songs in your car all the time.
Yeah, that's when I ride. That's when I ride.
And I'm just like, he be
Yeah.
jamming.
No hip hop. I might get a little hip hop when I get pissed off, but more than likely, I'm always trying to calm my mind because, see, I'm a psychology major.
I know.
Yeah, and I do a lot with mind work, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's what it is. I like to stay calm, you know what I mean?
Right. So are you still writing songs now?
Every now and then I am, you know what I mean? I got a project called Eternal. Well, it's a 3-part CD. It's called, the whole project is the Eternal Triad, you know what I mean? And the first installment will be called Eternal, the Flesh. The second one will be Eternal, the Immaculate Reconception. The third one will be Eternal, the Transfiguration. The first part is how I lived. The second part is how I'm living spiritually now. And the third part will be how I live after I've used all of my powers and transfigured into something else, you know what I mean?
Right. So the thing too that I like about it is that I feel like we're growing with you. Right. So with this new project, we get to know who you are becoming. Right. And so as an older artist, lyrically, that transition to more like an adult music from experience will be relatable to a whole different audience. Right. And that's the thing that I don't really see now with the lyricism of the artist. Like, consider the fact that your fans are gonna get older. Right. And even back then, to be honest with you, y'all dropped jewels. Right. Had to. And even I remember, I think it may have been the Double XL or the Source or something, and they said the message that I delivered wasn't comparable to the rest of the Dungeon family. It wasn't supposed to be. No. I can't do what Outkast does. I can't do what Goody Mob does. They can stand up in the pulpit and preach to the crowd. Right. Just so happen, I'm in the crowd. Right. So my message was from the corner. You know what I mean? Even though their music was grit, grime, hustle, everything, I had to go a little deeper than that. Right. Because I was in the veins, I'm still in the veins. That's why I'm trapping sweatshirts right now. You know what I'm saying? So, right. So tell where you can get these sweatshirts at. You can get it at thebackbonestore.bigcartel.com, or you can call me personally for some exclusive pieces like these or this one. You know what I mean? 404-692-2096. Call me directly. I'll pull right up to your driveway and drop it right out to you. As long as you got that cash. You understand me? So I asked him for one, and I didn't really give too much of a description as to how I wanted it to look. I was just like, make it pretty. This shit is fire. Yeah, it is. I love it. And it just means so much. Like, that's why I wanted you to explain more about the 5 Deuce Force Trey and 7 and all of that, because when you wear something, make sure that it means something. Right. Because I see too many people, and I'm just pro-black, and we saw the situation with H&M earlier this week. There are too many black people that are selling stuff that we don't need to. I get upset when I see people wearing like Def Leppard, and I mean, not upset. I mean, because I used to listen to Def Leppard. Yeah, the Police. I used to listen to Van Halen. I did, but I know a lot of people didn't. But they're still rocking it because it's in the store. Right. I mean, there's too many black people that we could support. Right. And it's like we have to do that. Right. So thank you for my shirt. You're welcome. And anytime you have anything going on, and I know it's for. I called him yesterday, y'all, to talk about coming today, and he was like, the Falcons game is on, right? Man. And he was just like, get off my damn phone, man. Not like that, but I was like, oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, it's all good.
And so there's another football game on today. So we're going to let him go. But thank you for coming by. Anytime you guys do anything, make sure you stop by here.
Right, definitely.
And talk to us and show support.
Got to, because there's a lot of stuff about to jump off. Y'all better stay tuned, because the Dungeon family gonna ride.
Is there a reunion?
I don't know right now. I don't know.
Maybe?
I don't know. But right now, what each king is doing is building their own kingdoms.
That's right.
You know what I mean? So we are going to rule in some type of manner. We may not rule together as a one force, but you'll definitely feel that vibration, though.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Because, like, my new album is powerful. You know what I mean? Like, it's powerful from beginning to the end. It's 7 songs on 3 different. And ultimately, what I'm going to do is put all 21 songs together and put it on vinyl and sell it as a vinyl for the whole experience. Right. So it'll roll from the first installment to the last. So that's going to be dope. And gear coming with it. Merchandise is coming with it. So get ready to shop with Backbone again. You know what I'm talking about? It's going to be Eternal. That's going to be the brand, Eternal. And that has meaning in itself. You know what I mean? So
cool.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. So make sure you cop some merch. And I need a cup when you have your mugs.
Okay, coffee mug. I got you.
I need a coffee mug.
Got you.
Okay.
Oh, they can follow me on Instagram, Backbone_Dungeon_family. And you can also follow at the Backbone Store, all one word, on Instagram. Stay in tune. I'm not sitting on no throne. I talk to people. Y'all having a cookout, fish fry, anything. I'm coming. I'm trying to move into vegetarianism, veganism.
How is that going?
I'm trying. I can't stay out of JR Crickets, though. That blue cheese, good God almighty, that blue cheese.
Oh, my goodness.
Good Lord, but I don't eat it as much as I used to. Now, there was a time I ate meat 3-4 times a day.
Right.
Now I may eat it twice a week.
Has that done good for you? Because I was thinking about trying that.
Well, in 2012, I had diabetes. Had. And then I did research in the hospital. Those people kept saying, sir, you're going to need insulin. You're going to do this. This is how you stick yourself. I said, I'm way too cool to be sticking myself every day.
Right.
I can't do this for the rest of my life. Not laying in the same hospital my grandmother had just transitioned in from diabetes.
Jesus.
I wasn't going to do that. So I went to doing research, and I found Dr. Opari, and he gave me a consultation. And I used to post a lot of health stuff on Instagram a while back, and people used to say, you ain't no doctor. How you know eating this gonna do that?
But it worked for you, and it might help somebody else.
Guess what, though? Yeah. That's why I went to school, because I started out in dietetics and nutrition. Really? But it was too much science. I'm too cool to be doing all this shit. I'm just kidding. But for real, I started in dietetics, and I switched it to psychology, because you have to help people understand why they have to eat certain things while they're watching TV.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Why do you have to drink certain things when you partying? Like, you got to get to that psychological base.
Right.
And then you can start to change the way that you eat and think and drink and move and everything else. So, yep, I will be Dr. So-and-so real soon.
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yes. I love it. I love it. It's all about that transition.
Yeah, definitely.
And we growing up, and we need to make some changes. I don't know if anybody wants to admit this or not, but we are the elders now.
Right.
So we have to be the change that we want to see from everybody else that's underneath us. So again, thank you.
You're welcome, ma'am.
And you are a friend of the show.
Thank
You're a family of the show.
Thank you.
And so we want to see you again whenever you want to.
Okay.
Come down.
I'm coming.
Thank you.
All right. Peace.